In this video, we'll explore the new personalized homepage of Cricut Design Space and take a quick tour of the navigation, features, and projects. If this is your first visit, you'll need to create a Cricut ID. Otherwise, just sign in with your existing account. Either way, you'll land here, your homepage. Yours will look different, of course, because it will feature your projects, but you get the gist. The page is broken up into 4 parts: the header, the banner, my projects, and featured content. Let's hit them one by one. The header menu is key. You can move back and forth between this page and the canvas, calibrate your machine, update your firmware, and manage your account. It also conveniently displays the page name here. This banner just beneath highlights special offers, product announcements, tutorials, and maintenance messages. Move further down the page to find My Projects. Here you can open your most recent projects or create a new one by clicking the New Project icon. Or you can also create a new project here. Clicking on a project or starting a new project takes you to the canvas, where all the personalization and design magic happens. We'll go deep into the amazing canvas in later videos. A little further down, you'll find beautiful, ready-to-make projects created by professional artists. They're broken into categories highlighting different materials and techniques. You can make them exactly as featured or customize like crazy. We feature new categories and designs all the time, so check back often for creative inspiration. See More shows you all projects within a given category. And the arrows on either side of a row take you to other projects in the same category. In this video, we'll look at the Design Space canvas, where most of your project heavy lifting happens. We'll break it up into 6 basic areas: the header, canvas, design panel, edit and text edit bar, the layer panel, and the color sync panel. Let's start with the header. It's similar to the home screen, but unique in critical ways. First, notice the page name now indicates that we're on the canvas. In the center, you'll see the title of your project, with the My Projects, Save, and Make It buttons to the right. The canvas itself is your creative space. It's here where you design and edit your projects with images, shapes, custom artwork, and text. From the design panel, you can start a new project, open a ready-to-make project, add images, text, basic shapes, and even upload your own images and designs. Love. Use the edit bar to undo or redo an action. You can also select all, edit, align, arrange, flip, size, rotate, and position art on your canvas. When working with text, you'll see other options appear, like font list, style, size, spacing, alignment, and advanced. On the right are the Layers panel and the Color Sync panel. At the top of the Layers panel, you can use commands like group, ungroup, duplicate, and delete. That's a lot of creative freedom. Below are the Slice, Weld, Attach, Flatten, and Contour commands. Very specific functions for advanced techniques like converting images to print then cut, combining images, writing text. Don't worry. We'll get more into this Cricut wizardry in later videos. This video will show you how to save and share your projects. Of course, you'll need to first have a project before you can save it. But as soon as you've added an image, shape, or text to the canvas, you're ready to save. The Save dialog prompts you to name your project. Notice that Public is checked by default. This means that your project will be shareable, so you can copy, paste, and share the URL with others anytime. If you don't see this option, that likely means your project includes your own images and designs, so sharing won't apply in that case. But if you can and do share, two quick things to keep in mind. First, if the person you share your project with wants to make changes, they will be required to save their project to their own Cricut account. That way, your project remains protected and exactly as you designed it. And second, if your project features any purchased or Cricut access content, and the person you share it with does not own or is not currently subscribed to Cricut Access, before they can cut, they will be prompted to purchase the assets for their own use. That's it. So keep sharing your Cricut creativity. The world will be brighter for it. In this video, we'll show you how to customize and change your canvas settings. Click the menu icon and near the bottom of the list, select Settings. What pops up first is a keyboard shortcuts link. If you like saving time and looking like a creative pro, you'll want to learn these shortcuts and quick keys. You can pop these up at any time from any screen just by pressing the question mark on your keyboard. Just below that, you can change the grid display type or the unit of measurement. Just click the one you prefer. In this video, we'll show you how to start a new project. Since we've already saved our project from the previous video, let's start a new one. Just click New, or some of us call it the plus icon, right here in the design panel. Since this project has already been saved, a new blank canvas instantly appears. Now, if you haven't saved your last project and click the new icon, a message pops up to warn you that you have unsaved changes. You can then choose to either save the project or replace it with your new one. Either way, we've a new blank canvas ready and waiting to transform into your next fabulous project. In this video, we'll cover adding text to a project, which I think you'll find super intuitive. When you click the text tool, a text box opens. Also, see how it turns on this text edit bar at the top of the screen? If this bar is here, you'll know that the text tool is active. So let's type, "You got this." To deselect the type, click anywhere else on the canvas. And look there. You've just added text to your design. Nice work. Now, how about modifying text? Select the text and you'll see 4 control handles, one at each corner. Each one serves its own purpose. The one here in the upper left, you can probably guess. It deletes text from the canvas in a click. Of course, you can also use the delete on your keyboard to remove text. I'll just undo that. This next handle makes it easy to rotate your text in either direction. If you look up here in the edit bar, you'll notice some of the properties like size, rotate, and position have changed. So this corner activates those fields. By the way, a couple of handy tips here. When you type 0 and hit enter, your text lands back at the 0 point. And using the arrows will rotate your text in 1-degree increments. Okay, this handle controls size, and with my click, I've made it active. So we can now see and change properties like font size up here in the edit bar. If you click and drag, notice the size changes in 3 places. Here on the side and bottom of the text, here in the size input fields, and also here in the font size field. And remember, you can also just enter the value you want into any of these fields at any time and use arrows to adjust it point by point. The last control handle here is your secret to keeping text, and objects for that matter, in perfect proportion. The padlock is locked by default, meaning you can change the height and width of the text or object so that when you make it larger or smaller, wider or taller, it scales without distortion. Most of the time, you'll probably want to use this. Otherwise, you might get something like this, which might be cool depending on the look you're going for. When it's exactly the way we want it, just lock it again to lock in those proportions. Oh, one last thing about text. If you want to edit a word or character, just double-click the text box to bring up the input field and edit to your heart's content. That's it.
All right, so now we're going to find an image that has some layers to it. Let's go with something not too crazy difficult. And so we're going to insert our image. Now, as you can see, the image is all together. We'll make it a little bit bigger so we can see it easier. But we do have 3 different layers, and we can tell there's 3 different layers right off the bat because there are 3 different colors. Now, if you head right over here to our layers panel,
In this video, we'll take a quick look at the text icon, the place you'll go when you want to use text in your design. But first, let's go over what kinds of fonts are available to use. Cricut Design Space works with 2 categories of fonts. First, there are Cricut fonts, which are fonts designed by Cricut and Cricut partners. And second, Design Space works with the fonts that are installed on your desktop. You know, the ones that came with your computer like Arial and Times New Roman. The Cricut fonts are available to purchase from the Cricut library or from Cricut Access. And you'll find them here in the text edit bar, which, by the way, is only visible when you are working with text. And just a heads up, there are over 370 fonts and counting, so there's something for everyone and every occasion. Okay, we'll go deeper into working with text in the next couple of videos. In this video, we'll make clear the difference between letter spacing and line spacing, and we'll cover the great alignment tools in Design Space. As the name implies, letter spacing lets you adjust the spacing between letters or characters. If you live in the world of typography, you call this kerning. Use the down arrow to reduce space between characters. And yes, they will eventually touch if you keep going. Or, to add some breathing room, which we definitely need now, use the up arrow. Line spacing, on the other hand, refers to how text is spaced vertically, line to line. Let me just add a line return here so we can try it out. The down arrow reduces the space from the bottom of the text to the top, and the up arrow increases it. These text alignment tools are probably already very familiar to you. This text, for example, is currently left justified. We can change it to center or right, and the text will adjust accordingly. Play with these tools and you'll find the sweet spot that makes your text look both beautiful and readable. Okay, in this video, we'll cover how to select and change fonts. Because while the default font in Design Space is great, it's called Cricut Sans, we have a ton of fun options to explore. Plus, who's not obsessed with finding the perfect font? To get started, select the text to make it active. Then come up here to the font dropdown. And let's just take a moment here to take in this beautiful font menu. The name gives you a visual preview of that font, and you'll also find whatever installed fonts you have on your computer listed here too. Up here, we've got options every font-obsessed creative couldn't live without, like sort, search, and filter. And over here, we have the font name, This Cricut Access icon means that the font is available in Cricut Access, and the font styles. And we can see the font style itself here in the visual menu. Now, back to those sort options. Right now, we're viewing all fonts available in Design Space, but just like that, we can sort by system fonts or by Cricut fonts. System fonts, you probably know, are the fonts installed on your computer system, hence the clever name. Of course, your system fonts are free for you to use in any of your projects. Cricut fonts are fonts you can only find here in the Cricut universe. Some are free, some are available to purchase, and some of them are part of Cricut Access. You'll be happy to know that this whole font world is searchable, and in ways you might not even imagine. For example, let's search for bird. And yep, that brings up all fonts that are in some way associated with a bird. Love it. I'll go ahead and clear that so we can review filter options. We have My Fonts, Multi-Layer, Single Layer, and Writing. These options correspond with the font types you see here, so you can quickly find what you want. To really dial it in, use it in conjunction with the sort and search options. When you select a font, the change happens on your canvas. And you can do this as many times as you like until you find the perfect font for your project. In this video, we'll cover how to insert images onto your canvas so we can start realizing that creative vision. When you select this image icon, you'll jump right into the Cricut image library. So let's click on one of the images. This one looks good. See the green rectangle outline? That means yes, it's selected. And this smaller version of the image down here means it's queued up and ready for this Insert Image button, which does exactly that, inserts your selected image on the canvas, layers and all. Easy, right? Now let's clear the canvas. Just click the red X here, and let's try that again. This time, we'll insert multiple images at the same time. And like earlier, as we select images from the library, mini versions of the images pop up in the corner here, ready for the canvas. Oops, looks like I queued up one too many. Nope, because we can X that out right now. See how mousing over the image brings up this X? That means you have the option to remove it from the queue with a click, before it even gets to the canvas. You can also just click the image again to remove it from the queue as well. Okay, I'm happy with this set. How about you? Let's go ahead and insert images now. The images pile on top of each other, so there's no time like the present to dig in with your design. Drag them anywhere you'd like on the canvas. Or you can still decide to delete any you no longer want. Okay, seems like you've got this.
Hey Frank.
Hello, how are you, Shamika?
So what I
Can
was
you hear me?
attempting to do
Oh,
was, um, well, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you.
yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I
You
can.
can't hear me. It must be a delay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it gotta be.
All right, cool. So, well, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you, Frank?
Oh, I'm fine. Won't complain.
So what I'm attempting to do next is show you how to insert a shape, put your name in it, and cut it out with Cricut Design Space.
Cool.
Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can share this particular screen. Okay, you can see this, but when I open,
Yeah.
I got Design Space down here already, but I'm not doing the option to let you to share this screen. Let me try this real quick. Yeah, so it's not giving me the option. You know what? Let me share full screen. That might work.
Mm.
So, are you familiar with Design
Uh,
Space?
yeah, I've seen it before.
Okay. Have you ever used the Cricut machine?
Yeah, kind of like as an assistant though.
Okay. Space three. Also,
Get down
yeah,
right
do it.
in tune with it.
So, question: can you see your screen?
No, not right now. All I see is R2 profile icon.
Oh, well, let me get this photo from my TV so I can see what we're seeing. All right, I need to get this done in about 5 minutes. Let's block the screen. You know what? So I'm still trying to learn how to work with StreamYard too. Okay, let's do this. All right. And so what's the weather like? Okay, perfect. You can see it.
Collection to explore.
Okay, so you can't see what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna explain what it is that I'm doing. Um, right now, I'm gonna go to new project. That's how you open a project to start on.
Oh, I can see the hand moving
Um,
around.
it's gonna
Yeah, I can see the cursor.
okay. So it's going to give, okay, cool. Well, it's going to give me this grid like screen right here.
Mm.
And right here you have measurements. These are actual real time, real life measurements from 0 all the way up to you can like zoom in and out. It goes as big as the mat. So most mats are either 12 by 12 or 12 by 24. So I'm gonna zoom in a little more. I don't know if I'm zooming in that much. But so on this side you got a panel where you can enter shapes. So say for instance I wanted to add a heart to my canvas, which is right here. You will go over here to shapes, click it, and then you will find your desired shape. I said a heart, so I'm gonna click a heart.
Okay.
And as we saw in the video that we just watched, you can adjust the sizing of this heart.
Mm-hmm.
Make it as big and as small as you need it to be. And the inches will be like right here. And it's also at the top on the panel. Let me scroll over. So where if I click more, I'll be able to see the size. This is just looking like this because my screen is so small. Let me make it bigger. There's a delay. I'm trying to make sure y'all can still see it. Okay. So this is the inches. So let's say I wanted to edit this heart and make it about 5 inches. You will go to more and unlock your size. You can adjust it by typing in the number. Or you can also use these little arrows. So I'm gonna lock that. All right, next what we learned in the video, if you wanted to add text. Text is over here in this panel too, on the left. You go to text. Also, Frank, if you can, if anyone pops in, just read the comments for me because I can't see that screen.
Okay, I got you.
Thank you. So this is text. I'm gonna type. Let's type. Okay. So you want this to be able to fit inside of this, but remember you can also size it. I mean, you can make it bigger if you would like, something like that.
Okay.
But remember, this is vinyl. You're going to be cutting vinyl or some type of paper or whatever it is you're cutting. So, and you can adjust it where this won't cut. You know, maybe you want to do a print, then cut, or you just cut the heart and just print this out like this gray. You can do that as well. You have plenty options. You just have to be able to explore what it is that you want and find out ways to do it because it's always several ways to do these things. So we got Frank right here. Let's make it about this big. See, I can just move this in and out the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in order to do what they call slicing, there's a feature up here. I haven't done this on a computer in a very long time. I usually do it on my phone, but I'll be able to figure it out. So let's make this a different color too. You can change the color. All type of colors you can make it. You can move it to the back. You can you have to have it clicked though. Like when you're working with, like say I wanted to move Frank to the back, which I don't know why I would do that, but I'm just saying. This
Terrible idea.
yeah, no, but this right here, arrange, it allows you to bring it forward. And I could have typed it in here and it automatically was at the back. So say I needed to bring it forward, you can just go here, bring it forward. And they have, like, if you're on a computer, different easy controls for you to use. Okay. So to slice out Frank, so if I wanted to create this on a piece of vinyl or cardstock or anything and slice Frank's name out, you would highlight both Frank and the heart and then go to, let me see if there's any more. Select both and so I right click, because like I said, I'm on the computer, guys. Usually, like on the phone, I should probably be doing it on my phone as well, but I don't know how the design space is going to work. It may kick me out of one system or the other. So right here, I right clicked. I have both of them selected. Let's see, highlight it like that.
Kay says, hey.
On the computer. Hey, Kay. You will right click and click slice. So once you click slice, you're able to bring this piece out. And you also have this other piece that you got to bring out. And then Frank is just, you can cut this and it'll look just like this. So pretend this white background is a white t-shirt. This is what your design will look like. Okay. And then these, you can either delete them, save them for a different part of your project. Say you want to put it on a t-shirt like this, because we love Frank so much, right? You can make this one. You don't have to do it like this. You can just know in your head what colors your vinyl will be. But say we want that to be orange, you can make that orange, keep that black. And then, when you cut it out, when you go to make your project, it'll show different mats. So you'll have an orange mat with Frank, you'll have a red mat with Frank cut out, and then you'll have a black mat.
Nice.
Yeah, so my machine is not connected right now, so I don't think this will work, the make button. But I just wanted to show you how to do a slice for like something simple.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to ask any questions. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but yeah. So I just wanted to go over that real quick. I hope it helped. I put a link for the Cricut Design Space tutorial. They're really, a couple minute videos, easy to watch and go through and try it for yourself as well. So yeah, I hope that helped.
It did.
All right, enjoy your night. Thanks for coming by.
Bye.